In today's political climate, as Christians, how do we go about navigating voting and supporting government leaders when we may not want to vote for or support any of them? In the first century, when Peter and Paul and John and James carried on the teachings of Jesus, the government was messed up. These were not Jesus-loving, the people who led the church and the government were the people who put Jesus to death, and they tried to kill Jesus' followers. In the first century, Caesars in Rome ran the show, and men like Nero were deranged lunatics who put Christians on crosses, covered them in oil, and lit them on fire as their tiki torches at their debaucherous parties. That was the government. Do you know how much the New Testament says to Christians about government leaders? Almost nothing. There's no movement for the new Christian to become the new Caesar, so we can fix this. Instead, do you know what the New Testament says? Suffer so well under a bad government that people are confused by your behavior and they want to know about your faith. That is not the history of America. In America, we have blurred the line between the point of the church and the government. And as a result, many Christians in modern day culture think that what we really need in the next election are more Christians in seats of power. Do you know what power does to most people? It corrupts them. Do you know what absolute power does to people? It absolutely corrupts them. I think the worst thing that we could do in this harsh political climate is become so infatuated with any party or any person that we put our hope and our peace in their election to power. Instead, there's a great prophecy in 2 Samuel chapter 7 where Jesus said to King David, "One of your descendants, David, will sit on the throne and he will reign forever. To us a child is born, to us a son is given, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father. Of his righteousness there will be no end. His kingdom will endure forever." So I'm begging you, Christians, don't give up your light and your love arguing about political things. Instead, remember that the one who has ultimate power for all eternity is your Savior. He is your Lord. No election can take him off the throne, and have such a peace that you can be gracious and patient and kind. And when election night comes, it will seem so small compared to the Jesus you already have, who is at the right hand of God. Be wise. We don't get a second chance. Non-Christians in America think we are petty and too political, and we whine when things don't go our way. That's not what they thought of Paul. Be like Paul, suffer well, and give glory to Jesus.